Russ, your defense early in the game really stood up for you. They had a couple turnovers, including the pick for the sixth. That was a huge one for you guys early in this game before the offense was able to get in the end zone.
Made some great stops defensively, some great stops. They were, they moved the ball on us a little bit, but we bowed up the one time in the red zone, forced a field goal. They had the ball on the 8-yard line, first to go from the 8, and we took them back to about the 19 or so. They were on our side of the 50, and that big interception, CJ with a great hit on the quarterback. Obviously, the pick six was huge. We bowed up, and I'm telling you, we are injured. We are. I told him next man up mentality right now. And this game was next man mentality. Some of these guys stepped up and played, but we are a walking wounded right now, and we were just struggling to find players, in certain positions, and so we had to get Braxton Lassiter in there. I mean, we're hurting pretty good, but we'll find players and we'll come out and play North Carolina A&T next week.
Always a tough place to play. It's always hard in conference play, but to come to Elon and get your first conference win of the year, how significant is that to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, it's a tough place to play, and they had a great crowd. It was family weekend for them. To come here and play is a hard place, and we did enough to win the game, both sides of the ball, and in the kicking game, enough to win the game, and awful proud of our guys. I thought it was an unbelievable day for us.
We talked right before the half that the offense and Cam had started 0 for his first 5 and then completed 13 in a row, really punctuated by that drive at the end of the first half, the 75-yard drive. And then as we talked about, or at least hoped, that the Spiders came out of the locker room and were able to punch it right in again. Those 14 points, those 2 possessions were huge.
They were huge, no question about it. You score right before the half, and then you score coming out. I hate to sit in that locker room and say, we're getting the ball, guys, we got to take this thing down and score, because it never works. So I didn't say anything. I didn't say, we are getting the ball. I said nothing, because it never works. And so I didn't say anything, and it worked. So I'll never say anything ever again.
Now, you mentioned the injuries. You're banged up on both sides of the ball right now. You have this conference home game next week before the bye week, which you'll need desperately. What do you try to do to put things together for this home game, knowing that you're going to be limited manpower-wise?
Well, we're going to have to, start using Braxton Lassiter. We're going to have to. Jamar Hodges played great today. I think he had a couple sacks, and he forced the interception and then the fumble at the end there. So, but we know he's a good player. So he'll have to step up. Braxton will have to step up. Q, I don't know how long he'll be out, but Jordan Allen will step up. We just got to find depth. I mean, we got enough good players. We can send out 11. We can send out 11 both sides. But we got to find depth, because we're so thin right now.
When you look at this team, where you started the season and where you are right now, how do you feel like the progress and the progression you've made with these 3 straight wins?
I feel really good. We can't let up. We got to continue to work, continue to practice. We got to get one more next week. We got to get A&T, and then we got the bye week, and hopefully we can get a little bit healthier after the bye week, and then obviously we'll move from there.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Cam, always tough in conference play and never easy at Elon. Talk about their defense and what they showed you today, and started 0 for 5 and then completed 13 in a row.
Yes, sir. I didn't even know I did that. Just next play mentality. We've been working at it all week, but we knew coming in that their defense was good, but it wasn't anything different than we saw on film. We knew who they were. Coach O, I think, has a good relationship with their DC, so he was really excited to get to play, and therefore we were just as excited to get to play them. And I know a few guys on their defense, number 1, number 32, good friends of mine that I played with back in the day. So coming out and getting to compete against them was really fun, and we had a great plan offensively. We executed well. Loved every bit of it.
A lot of balance to that Spider offense. Tell me about the running back room and what those guys were able to accomplish today. We just talked about the passing game, but like last week, the running game was very important today.
Yes, sir. All 4 of those guys have been working their butt off from day 1 of camp, and it just shows that, any single one of them can come in and make a play. Like I said, they've just been working at it. Getting in meetings with them, I'm seeing that they're learning a lot, and that goes to Coach Rashid and Coach Kennedy, just coaching them up, getting them going with pass protection, knowing which gap to run in, how to read it, and they all have a great feel. They have a great relationship, all four of them. There's no animosity towards each other, and yeah, all the quarterbacks, same relationship with them, and it's a great unit. And we move the ball well.
I know during the game, we looked at that last possession of the first half and then the first possession of the second half. That being able to punch it in at the end of the first half, going 75 yards in 3 minutes and really getting that touchdown, how important was that to this offensive unit and what looked like one of your best drives of the season?
Yes, sir. We knew going out there right before the half that we wanted to punch it in, get the momentum, and then go out there and go 2 for 2. And I mean, we started that drive right before the half. I think 1st and 20, we had back-to-back penalties, but just a little bit of adversity. We went out there, kept pushing at it, converted some big plays, and pushed it all the way down the field. Got the score, and it was awesome getting to come into the locker room, knowing we just did that, and knowing that we could come out second half and just continue to build on that.
What was able to get the passing game going?
I mean, I don't think anything really changed. We had a couple miscommunications at first, but we talked it out. We looked at it on the iPad, and yeah, I mean, the players, all the players trust each other, quarterbacks and receivers, quarterbacks O-line, and then the coaches with the receivers and quarterbacks and just everybody. Like, we're talking about what we're seeing, what we want to do, what we want to change, and just adjusting, doing what we know we can do, not letting it shake us. And yes, sir.
3 straight wins. You go home for another conference game before the bye week. Where do you feel like this offense is right now heading into this next home game against A&T?
I mean, I think it's in the same place we have been. We're strong together. We know that we can go out there and be the best offense that this CAA has seen in a long time, and we know we have that capability, and we know that we can play that way. So when like I said, we just go out there and know what we can do, band together, and yes, sir.
How's it to be playing in front of all the home fans?
Oh, it was awesome getting to come down here to the 336. I think I used 20 or so tickets this week, just having guys send them to me, getting family members, friends, just to the game. It was awesome. And they had a great crowd. I think it was their family weekend, yes, sir. And just so, this environment's awesome, getting to play here.
Lots of smiles in the Spider locker room. Thanks so much. Enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jeremiah, Bob was just talking about the forced fumble there in the fourth quarter. Why don't you talk about that play a little bit? It was a big one and a turning point late.
Mm-hmm. That's just next man up mentality. I got subbed out real quick, and then we had our sophomore Jamar stepped up and just got it done.
When you look at a tough place to play in Elon, you're in conference play, first conference game of the year, coming down here, a place where it's never easy. What about that offense you went up against today, and how were you guys able to control them, especially in the first half?
It's just like every game. We always prepare throughout the week and know the tendencies, and we just during the game we see the tendencies and we just execute. And just like defense, we just stay disciplined and just do your job.
You talked about next man up mentality, a lot of things and injuries here and there with the defense, but you guys were still able to early and often get to the quarterback, and that kind of changed the tone of the game early, and they had to make a change at quarterback.
Yeah, it's just I guess they weren't ready for the next man up because we took them out early, and then I guess their QB came in and did some good things, but they just couldn't get the job done, I guess.
How do you feel like the Spider defense is right now? You're 5 games into the year, and now you're in the heat of conference play. Where are you guys now, and where do you feel like you can be?
This game is done. We just got to focus on the next game and the one following out, and go 1-0 next week.
Thanks, Jeremiah. I appreciate it.
Thank you.